Hi everyone, today what I have for you is our uppercase letters along with our letter sounds that we've been learning. So we learn our sounds in a specific order, so you'll kind of see how that goes. The first set of sounds is going to be ones that you hear the sound at the beginning of the letter when you're saying it. So our first letter is letter B. The hook for letter B is beautiful butterfly bee. B, B, B. B, B, B. Our next one is Dunkin' Donut D. D, D, D. Our next letter is Jump Rope J. J, J, J. Next, Karate Kick K. K, K, K. Our second week, we throw a hard one in there. We throw in letter E. E, E, E. E, E, E. Sometimes we do say eggy, eggy, It just helps to get your child's mouth into that formation to say the sound. And our hook for E is E, E, E has 3 lines, and we make those with our fingers. Again, these are the letters that you hear at the beginning. So we have Princess P. P, 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 P. Next, we have Time Out T. T, T, T. Next, we have Victory, Victory V. V, V, V. Last, we have Zig, Zag, Z. Z, Z, Z. Again, another tricky letter for week 3. We have icy cold I. I. We pretend that we're getting something that's icky or gross off of us with this one, and we kind of brush it with our other hand. I. Next up, we have the letters that you hear at the end. You're hearing the sound at the end as you say it. So X. X, the hook is X marks the spot, and we make an X with our arms. And the sound is X, X, X. Next, we have pirate letter R. And lastly, we have silly snake letter S. S, S, S. Next up, we have letter L. And it's strong and muscular L. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Next up, flying letter F. F, F, F. Next up, we have letter M. We put our hand on our tummy like we're hungry for some cookies. Next, we have nosy letter N. We put our hand on our nose, our finger on our nose for this. Make sure that your child's tongue is on the roof of their mouth. It'll help them pronounce that sound a lot better. Next up, we have some letters that don't make the sound at the end or at the beginning. So a couple weeks of tricky letters at the end. So our first letter is letter A. We do not teach them that the letter says its own name. So we teach them that it says the short sound for letter A, which is ah, ah, ah. We pretend like we're a baby crying when we say this. Ah, ah, ah. Next up, we have letter O. And letter O says ah, ah, ah. I teach the kids for this one that we just walked into a huge candy store and our mouth is wide open because we're in shock that we are seeing so much candy. Next up, letter W. And W says, what? We put our hands like in a shape of a W with our elbows bent and our hands facing towards the sky. W says, w, 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 w. Next up, we have letter H. Hip, hip for letter H. And for letter H, we put our hand in front of our mouth to make the sound. Next, we have letter U. For letter U, our hook is tracing it in the air and then pointing at someone. U. U says, uh. For letter U, we press on our stomach and say the sound like we have a stomach ache. Next up is letter Y. Letter Y is part of the YMCA, so that's our hook for that. And Y says y, y, y. And the next letter is G. The hook for G is to curve your arm in, kind of like your pie, and say g, 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 g. For the sound that we made, for the trick for the sound, we pretend like we're gulping down a huge glass of water. So we tip up our glass to say g, g, g. Next is letter C. We pretend our C is in our YMCA, so our trick for saying the sound is we pretend like we are a Cookie Monster eating a bunch of cookies. So we make our hand into letter C and say k, 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 k. And letter Q needs its partner, letter U, to make its sound. So Q has the cute little tail. Q says qua, 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 qua. And that is the end. So I hope that this helps you to either practice letters if your child is still struggling with them, or I hope that it helps with letter sounds. Remember that we do not do these all at once. They're 14 weeks long of doing these letter sounds. So you can either stay with us or you can go on and practice them with your child if you choose to. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Thank you.